Hi Pisces, welcome to your monthly reading for the month of March. First of all, I would like to start with a clarification for the month of February as I ran out of the time, obviously, in the February, so I decided I will at least make a clarification for this month for you. So let's see what kind of clarification can we get for Pisces for February. Clarification for February for Pisces. Okay, we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, some long-term changes being made. Let's see more clarification on that. Energy for February for Pisces. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles. Okay, I get the feeling maybe some uncomfortable changes were made in your life, Pisces. And we have the Six of Cups reversed. Yeah, I get the feeling like maybe something from your past, well, for example, something from your past, something that you are maybe attached to, kind of, or your old habits or stuff like that, something related to you being attached to something from the past kind of had to leave, which was kind of uncomfortable for you, but those changes were needed for some long-term changes in your life. Let's see more clarification on that for February for Pisces. February for Pisces. We have a Four of Swords reversed. Yes, something that just made you kind of restless. It was not comfortable and maybe even hard for you to let go of this past. And we have a Moon reversed. Yeah, I feel like maybe you couldn't see the situation quite objectively. Because you were very attached to this thing that you had to, I wouldn't say it went away, it was just something you were attached to, but you were forced to, something that you were comfortable with, but it had to like be replaced or changed, or it had to go away in the place of those long-term changes that were occurring, which of course made you uncomfortable. Okay, I think that's enough of a clarification for February. So let's move on to the month of the March. Okay, let's see the main energy for March. Let's see the main energy for March for Pisces. What is the main energy for March for Pisces this month? What is the main energy coming in for Pisces? Okay, and we have a Judgment reversed. Okay, you not being maybe able to admit to something or realize something blocking you from this realization. Let's see. Pisces for March for Pisces. What's the main energy coming in for Pisces? We have the Seven of Swords. Okay, I get the feeling that you are blocking yourself from this realization or from acting on something that you are just called to do, or you feel the need to reflect on or do, but I feel like you are blocking yourself from doing that because you don't really trust that in some type of way. Maybe you are scared of going beyond your blockages, or you're scared that doing that will kind of bring some wrong effects of it. Maybe if it has to do something with forgiveness for someone, it doesn't have to, but it can. And I feel like you are scared of going beyond this. And we have the Magician reversed. So yeah, there's definitely something blocking your action on doing something related to this realization, or possibly forgiveness. But there's just something about a fear of doing it or realizing it, because you are scared you will be betrayed, or something in the sense that it will be wrong decision that you regret later on. That's why you are not ready quite in the march of doing it. Maybe not ready, but you just don't want to, because there's something blocking you from acting on this realization, or on this calling that you're supposed to do, act on. Okay, let's see. That is a new deck, so I may need a book, but I wanted to try anyways. So Pisces for March. What is the energy for March for Pisces? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising for March. What's the energy? What's the energy coming in March for Pisces? Okay. We have a Queen of Discs. Prudence, meaning 8 of Discs. And the Hanged Man. Yeah, okay, I feel like you just need some time to think about this, okay? I feel like it's maybe not necessary that you are stopping yourself from it, necessary, but there's something stopping you. Maybe not necessarily something physical, just something that needs time, something that you have to wait. Or maybe there's something about this realization or calling that isn't yet fully discovered, and I feel like you're maybe waiting for this thing to unfold and reveal to you on its own, which will need time. Maybe it's about some situation that maybe isn't necessarily positive, and you're trying to figure out, you're trying to wait and see how it will unfold on its own. That's why it needs time. That's why you'll be definitely waiting for it to unfold on its own rather than acting on it. But it just might to do with just you having your own blockages as well. Let me check this Queen of Discs. Yeah, basically, yeah, you'll be very passive. You won't be really wanting to act on this situation. Let's get more clarification on that then. What is more clarification we can get on this situation? What is more clarification we can get on this situation for March for Pisces? Okay. We have the Hierophant, the Power and Luxury, meaning 4 of Discs and 4 of Cups. Okay? Yeah, I feel like you'll be just like waiting for it to unfold on its own. But I feel like you'll be getting too comfortable with that silence. That's what I'm getting. Like at the end, you will notice that you just got too comfortable with that silence, maybe. Like silence, I mean like holding on to this passivity and not doing anything about this calling or whatever it is, this realization. I feel like the time of waiting turned rather into you feeling comfortable and not doing anything about this, or not thinking about this, not letting it in to yourself. So that's not good. Let me check this. 4 of discs. Okay, there's something about stability that you'll be trying to maintain. Something about maybe this passivity or this time of waiting, and maybe because you became so used to maintaining this stability and kind of distancing yourself from whatever this thing is, this realization, this calling, whatever it might be. I feel like you just got too used to that, to maintaining it, that it became like a comfort zone to you, kind of, in the month of March. And that's not necessary in the good sense. But not necessarily in the bad sense either. It really depends. But yeah, there's definitely something about discipline. I feel like maybe at the beginning it was hard for you to keep that passivity, especially if this is something about something negative that you maybe wanted to resolve, but at this point you just delayed this confrontation because you were waiting for the situation to unfold. But at the end it just became you kind of not wanting to be confrontational at the end. That's why you be rather passive and not wanting to act on this at all, even though maybe at the beginning you had the intention to. Okay, let's see what is kind of going on inside of your mind, the reasoning behind this situation that will be helpful for you. We have a Justice. Well, yeah, definitely you'll be looking for some kind of resolving in the situation, whatever it might be. Probably something negative. That's why maybe there needs to be forgiveness done. But I feel like the situation itself wasn't even resolved in any way. Like it wasn't addressed. Not necessary, but I feel like that might be the case, that it wasn't even addressed. Or there might be like the time of stagnation and like separation in this situation or situationship, whatever it may be. Let's see what is the reasoning behind all of this. What will be going on inside of you in the March that you should be aware of. And we have a 4 of Wands reversed, which is again some kind of something basic, kind of not being met, like the basic maybe communication in this situation isn't met. Maybe at the beginning it felt right and like you need to give it time, but at the end it became just like something of a comfort zone. And now there's like this lack of communication and honesty in this. And especially from your side. I feel like you won't even want to communicate, maybe, be honest. The Magician reversed, yeah. I just said like you will not like want to act on it at the end. I feel like you will not want to like do anything about this. I feel like something fundamental in you kind of got kind of collapsed in this situation that made you not want to even try or act on it in any way. I feel like in your mind, maybe you will be fighting for this justice, like making scenarios in your head, how you would address this situation. But I feel like at the end, there's something that is fundamentally blocking you from addressing it in any way at the end. On acting on this, on communicating. So that's interesting. Okay. Let's see what kind of clarification would be helpful for you, Pisces, in the month of March, in this situation you're in, or just in overall. What kind of clarification would be helpful for Pisces in March? What clarity would be helpful for Pisces in March? What kind of clarity would be helpful for Pisces in March? Okay. And we have the Emperor. Okay, something about seeing the truth, seeing the practicality in something. We have the Four of Swords. Okay, I feel like you focused on... There might be two sides from the situation, and I feel like you focused only on one of them. You focused on only one of the aspects of it, and that makes it kind of unbalanced. That's why there will be no balance in it. And we have a Fool. Okay, I feel like the point is that the time that you are supposed to take off from thinking about this, it is important that you realize that it wasn't for you to distance yourself and disconnect from this situation, but it was for you to take a more of an objective perspective on it, to have a fresh outlook on it, to see the truth behind it, not necessarily to disconnect from it and do nothing about this at the end. So it's important that you will use this time of disconnection from it, of waiting, on rather seeing the objective of it, rather than actually disconnecting yourself from it. And not addressing those things in any way. Let's see what is it about this Fool exactly. How can we clarify that? Okay, we have a Four of Wands. Okay, there's something about celebrating the new beginning after the rest. There's some kind of truth. Okay, now I see. The point of this time is obviously for you to get this realization, because maybe at the beginning you were blocked from seeing this realization or from acting on this scanning, but the point of all this time you're supposed to take from it and distance yourself from it is it's not supposed to make you disconnect from the situation and not act at all, not care at all. It's for you so you can actually see the truth behind it and actually see this realization or this calling. See it clearly. Be honest with yourself. So this calling, this realization can get to you actually. So after, I feel like the point is that after you will disconnect to it and you will let go, the realization will have more chance to come easily for you, because when you are connected and attached to this situation that is going on, it will be hard for you to be objective or let certain realization in, because there might be not comfortable, for example. But once you will kind of disconnect, take a step back from the situation and let go, it will be easier for you to not be so attached to the situation and receive those realization easier. And that's what this rest is about. Okay, it's about for you to get this realization in the process and start something new based on this realization, act on this calling or on this realization, depends on what it is. if it's calling to do something or just realization, whatever you do about this, it's like the something that is supposed to help you with some kind of new beginning, new perspective, or some new actions. Because maybe you are now, because you are not letting in this realization of the month of March, you are like blocked from acting in any way. This is blocking you. You are in this stagnant energy, waiting for the situation to resolve. But at the end, being non-confrontational just became comfortable. Okay, I feel like that's a very interesting message, very clear one as well. Let's get some spiritual meaning of it all. What is the spiritual meaning of the month of March? What is the spiritual meaning behind the month of March for Pisces? What is the spiritual meaning? What is the spiritual meaning in the month of... Okay. And we have Ace of Swords, Ace of Blood, whatever it may be, Nine of Blood. Yeah, okay. The message is pretty clear as well. One more card for spiritual message in this month for Pisces. Okay, and we have the Woman of Soul. Okay. Okay, so basically it just has to be done, basically. The realization that you are trying to maybe you aren't even aware that this realization is here, that is supposed to come, but I feel like most of you know that you are just like resisting it in some way, or the sculling, just the culling even of resolving the situation might be the point itself. It's just this is something that you are called to do or called to reflect on or realize, but you are just not doing that. Or it might be about just being scared of something from the beginning itself, like the fear of confrontation about something. It doesn't have to be about someone doing something wrong. It might be about you also doing something wrong and not being able to take responsibility for that. It might be really anything related to something shady going on and realization about this, or even responsibility. I'm not willing to act on it. Either way, it just has to be done after all at the end. So I also feel like this all this happening in the March is supposed to be the end of some cycle and the beginning of a new one with this Fool. After this realization will come, it will let you start this new kind of cycle or beginning, whatever it might be. But it really depends on you if you are willing to take this responsibility or take this courage and act on it, on this calling. But it will demand from you to change some part of yourself, probably reflect on something, probably maybe even reflect on yourself, whatever this realization is about. It will just demand from you to become to change your behaviors in this situation and get out of this comfort zone of yours, become a different version of yourself after this realization. But that depends if you will be able to take this realization. Okay, so let me get you some guidance for March as well. What kind of guidance will be helpful for March for Pisces? We have the Child of Swords and the Three of Swords. Okay, that is actually fits so well. It's about taking the life lesson and about fighting for what you care for. So if it is, for example, a relationship, it is very important for you to take this realization that you're supposed to take, and if you care about this relationship, you should go and fight for it, basically. It's about realizing if the thing you care about is more important than your comfort zone or the sphere of confrontation or responsibility about this, whatever it might be. So the guidance here is to take the lesson, because it is a very important one, and to fight for what you care for in this situation. That is the best thing you could do, Pisces. One more card of guidance for Pisces. And we have a 5 of Swords. 5 of Blood. Alright. And okay. Yeah, so I again get the vibes of kind of trying to defend yourself and keep away from confrontation, but I don't feel like it would be helpful really in the month of March for you to protect yourself or keep yourself safe. There needs to be honesty made and like fighting for what you care about, because I feel like the fundamental stuff in this situation, it doesn't have to be about a relationship, but the fundamental stuff in this situation are lacking because you are blocking yourself and trying to defend yourself in this situation, or like keep yourself in your comfort zone without confronting this situation that is going on. Either way, let me pull out for you some kind of advice, message for your own interpretation for March for Pisces. Okay, meditation will bring answers. And message advice for Pisces. Message advice for Pisces for March. Advice message for Pisces for March. Okay, and we have no. So meditation will bring answer and no. And that's for your own interpretation. Okay, so I hope the reading resonated. I hope it brought you some clarity. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will have a great month. Okay, thank you so much. Take care.